Well, good evening, everyone. Coming at you live. uh, let's get love over here in the sign. Excuse me. It's really important. Oh, man. Trying to make it. Trying to make it through, you know. Got love on my shoulder. I got this new. Got this new look here. Look at that, huh? Isn't that cool? I figured this new style out right before I was falling asleep. I had this idea if this would work, and it did. So I came right downstairs and put the idea to work, and I think it came out really well. And this is the first, you know, this is just a test. Actually, this is just a test. This is just a test. But there you go, just a test. But it still changes color. Like this purple here on the head turns blue when you shift it at a certain in the other light. You can see it up here, but it's blue right there, blue and green. So because you can't see it in all the light, you can just see like traces of it from what Don's cage is shining off of it with, maybe with a flashlight. No, that doesn't work either. It's too bright. Anyways, it's pretty neat. You get this metallic, you know, color shifting, really good color shifting technique, and yeah, it's still kind of bumpy and everything. I gotta clean this up. But first draft, that's the back. I mean, you know, back's just the back, but no, this is the second one. Sorry, excuse me. I'm not lying. I'm just forgetting about the first one I made. I did make a first one. This is the second one. The first one I made, and it was a catastrophe. I used a material inside here that just didn't harden, and then it was just all mush, and it was a catastrophe. Yeah. So, but that's how it goes. It was a mess. It was awful. And sure, those times you could say, "The heck with this! I'm not going to do this ever again. This is too hard." And I guess that breaks people, but that actually gets me going. I'm like, you know, I'm going to figure this out. Dang it! So I'm right there to it. And then this was the second attempt, understanding what I did, knowing that like my master would say, live and learn. You know, I'd bash my finger with a hammer, and he'd say, live and learn. I got some yellow in there. I got a little yellow and gold and orange and green, and I got some blue, teal. I mean, and then purple and teal together and stuff. And then I got some teal here, purple. I just, you know, I kind of covered it. I did it in a technique that just, like I said, came to me while I was basically meditating, because I meditate a lot. So, and these are the ones that I use for color shifting. The color shift chameleon lizards. You hold on to them and they turn colors. That's why I got them in the first place. But then I was like, let me try this on them, and that would make sense because they would be color changey, you know. Anyway, so that was cool. And there's another technique I used. I think I showed you guys already all this stuff. I forget. I get going and talking to so many people. Sometimes I just forget. But I wanted to stop in before I went to sleep. I'm getting ready to wind down. It's 6:30 and I'm already wiped out. And that's okay. Sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. You know, I wish I could stay up until like 10 and just get a bunch of stuff done, because I got a lot of stuff to do. And it really gets in the way of me being able to do things, my physical well-being. It's very frustrating, and it can be depressing and make me very sad. And sometimes lonely, but not often, because Cindy's here. She's here, and she'll just sit with, if I'm in bed, like, I presume this is what usually happens. If it's like it's 6:30, okay, she'll usually stay up until like 10, watching TV or doing whatever, reading a book, stuff like that. So she'll just get in bed with me and read her book, just to be by me. So that's really cool. Just so we're side by side, even if I'm in really early, so, and really like to separate bedroom from from the living room, from the TV. You know what I mean? Like that separate. We try to keep the bedroom for sleeping, and living room for watching TV. So yeah, like, sitting there watching TV in bed kind of thing, like I did when I was a kid. There's a room for that. And then there's his phone. You sit there on his phone all day, all night. Ugh. But that's when you're not using it as a tool, and it's using you. Either you using it or it's using you. Ask yourself that. Is this using me or am I using it? About everything. Okay, that's a good question to ask yourself. Is this using me or am I using it? Just a suggestion. You know me. And I feel, like I said, just wiped out, tired. I've been cleaning and I can't do anything really quickly and anything like I used to at all, but at least I'm getting some stuff done and getting organized, and that helps. Attitude, that helps, like, a lot of stuff. Job well done, helps me not run into things when I'm walking around. So I don't know. Yeah, just keeping. It's just good. It's just good. It makes me feel good to have everything in order, especially when I'm doing what I'm doing with my business. I have to have like an assembly line kind of thing. I have to have a couple of tables for a couple of processes, and and I'm learning as I go. What I need and what works best and what doesn't, and what could help better, and what So it's an interesting process. I highly suggest it. Follow your bliss. Find a job that you never work a day in your life at, and that's usually working for yourself, doing what you love, that you can't believe you're doing, and making business doing it. My art, though, is very important to me. It's been very sacred to me. It's very personal. To put a price on it was really hard. But I want to share it with the world, with everybody. So I have to make it affordable, and make it, and also make it look incredible, right? Like, make it look, it's cosmic resin by Chris, so it's got to be cosmic. It's got to be absolutely cosmic. Like, what am I looking at? Like, this is cosmic. Like, wow. And beautiful. Like, I want it to be beautiful, and also I want it to be, what the client orders. I want them to be happy. And when a client comes to me and says, this is what color I want it, this is how I want it to be and everything, I want to accomplish that for the client. This is my first attempt at this drop thing here that I'm doing. This is a candle holder. Boop. There we go. But isn't that cool? With this royal blue, like shimmery, satin, silky. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. So it goes to it's a single one, or it goes to a set. But I'm just trying out. Obviously, that's metallic blue, metallic royal blue. But I get to try out all colors of the rainbow, all colors that exists, and play around with them, metallic or not metallic, matted or whatever, see-through. I finished one of my orders today, and so it's just it's good to be productive, and it's good to be busy, but it's not good that I lose absolute steam or everything at 6 o'clock. I guess maybe for some people that's normal. I don't know. I don't think so. Not what I hear. Anyways, I did though go to, because I'm just going like, I did go to my shoulder surgeon today, to his PA, and I had that appointment, and it went well. They took a lot of x-rays, really good x-rays, and they came out really well. And then I got to see there is definitely a problem, definitely a major problem in there. And we got to see it. So the shoulder is definitely not lining up to the socket, and man. Well, I was sometimes, I'm just like shocked at some of the things I see that we have to correct in my body, when things go awry. I'm just like, yeah. So that was one of those. That was one of those times when I was like, holy cow! Yep, we have a problem, Houston. We have a problem. So yeah, we've got another appointment to after they go over the the x-rays. I think I'm gonna have an MRI done. Get an MRI done of it. Yeah, MRI is coming up, and after the MRI, then he'll look at that too, and then determine what's next, which it's rotator cuff. Basically, it's rotator. The PA definitely determined it's rotator cuff problem. For sure. Just with one simple test that she did, she was like, oh yeah, and it was simple, and yep, like it was actually, I couldn't keep my arm up. I keep this arm up, but this one I had it up, and she went like that, and it went right down, and she's like, oh yeah, rotator cuff. Like I can't. She's just like, oh, and it's not good. Like she's like, it's way out, like way out. Of course, me, I've got to do it right. If I'm going to screw something up, or something's going to be screwed up, it's going to be really, really screwed up. And I let things go until I just can't take it anymore. And normal people would have said uncle a long, long time ago. But me, I'm like taking it pain, going, no, I'll be all right. Let's do PT. And nope, that's not going to work. Not with this. No way. So I see surgery coming in the future, absolutely, for sure. And then PT for a long time, like the last one. They rebuilt this one. This one's going to be, I think, a little worse. He said it was going to be worse, actually. He said it's going to be really. He said a lot of things about it. I'm not not gonna share. It's not gonna be fun. Let's just say that it's not gonna be it's not gonna be a fun ride. So, and I was expecting that, and that's fine. Most of the stuff that's happened to me has not been a fun ride. That's why I made this channel, is to show you guys. You know, you can go through a lot of really hellacious things, but you know, your attitude. It's, you know, your attitude about stuff thing. A lot of times, you know, you can let things beat you, or you can beat things. You know, I'm not gonna let this beat me. Man, yeah, it's hard sleeping. It's hard just sitting here. It hurts all the way up here behind my head, giving me a headache right here, all the way up right behind my eyes, like gave me a headache behind my eyes, behind my, all this. This is what's giving me all this, a migraine. My neck is completely locked up. My shoulder is completely locked up. Wow. Talk about stabbing, throbbing, every pain. 10, not a 10, I'd be screaming. 10's a screaming. I know my pain chart very well. 10's a screaming. That's what I tell my nurses anyway. 10's a screaming and crying. 9 is, you know, just about there, but you're holding it together. I'm a 9. 9. Yep, just holding it together. Oh man, yep, for sure. So anyways, it's gonna get fixed. That's the good news. And I got a really good friend that's gonna fix it, and he's the best, one of the best. I'm really blessed, and really grateful. So, I had another doctor appointment also go very well too. Another one that was very hopeful doctor appointment that had to do with some side effects. So there's been some good doctor appointments that are both are going to take a lot of work and a and some time, a lot of time to fix. So, but it can be fixed, or at least made better than it is now, you know, and that's good, and much better in both areas that I'm having a major problems with. So it's just gonna, you know, just take time and work and time, like 6 months, like a half a year to a year of work. So yeah, one of those. Which this is not my first rodeo, but like I said, I gotta go to sleep because now it's getting into it's almost 7, and it's been what, 18 minutes. I gotta go because I can barely keep it together, man. I love you guys. Man, I'm really sorry if you guys are dealing with some of this stuff in your life. Really. You're not alone. You know, you're not alone. And if you feel alone completely, get in touch with me. I'm known to definitely get back in touch with you. Ask anybody, they'll tell you. I love you guys with all my heart. I thank you for your time, for your prayers, for your support. You guys are literally the wind beneath my wings, man. And I just can't thank you enough. And there's certain people out there, brothers, one in particular that is, you know, I've known here in Boston, that I just, you know, he is just a warrior. And in my eyes, a hero, you know, and this life is just not easy, you know, and there's some other people out there, you know, my bestie, but there's, you know, sisters and brothers out there, friends and family, but you know, there's just some really special people that I have to just make mention to, that you guys really, even though you're not here 24/7 and we might not talk 24/7, you're in my heart forever and ever. And you're with me when I'm in the darkest times. You're with me. I call upon your prayers, and you're there. Your prayers are there somehow or another. You're with me, and I appreciate that. So thank you. It's really helped a lot. I'm telling you, and I've needed it to get through some real dark areas, some real dark times, and so anyways, just, yeah, thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support, for your love, for your friendship, for your brotherhood, for your sisterhood. Thank you. So I guess I did my show and tell like I said I was going to do every time. That was the lizard and the candle. Like I said, I'm going to throw in the towel and call it a day. It was a good one. Slowly productive, but it's productive. Nevertheless, never mind. It was productive. Tomorrow I see my nurse. Usually I see her today, but we've got our days shifted now, so now I guess it's going to be every Thursday. Maybe we'll get back to Wednesdays again. I don't know. But the needle's out. Just got a Band-Aid there. Take the Band-Aid off, and there's just the, look at that. You can see the car going right up into my jugular. I'm like one of those, you know, I'm a pretty good example of what. There you go. That's the port. I took the Band-Aid off because it's time to take the Band-Aid off, and let it kind of just air and heal up and kind of do its thing until tomorrow when it gets pierced yet again. And then I am pierced for another whole week, continually pierced. I wouldn't suggest it. It's not a lot of fun, but it's necessary. Anyways, all right. I'll talk to you in the morning, let you know how I'm doing in the morning, and I'll hopefully be ready for the day. I go to bed with a formula for living and sleeping. I have a formula for getting before sleep, during sleep, right at wake, and then during the morning, and then I have another time during the afternoon, and then back to the sleep, right before sleep regime, sleep, and then whatever. I go to sleep with purpose to recharge and to repair and recharge, and so I can be ready and when I wake up and not wiped out and tired and, you know, like, what the heck hit me. Like, a lot of times I was waking up feeling like I was in a car wreck and everything. I was like, what the heck? And now I can understand this and this, the gastroparesis, you know, but everything else felt like I was in this car wreck. And sure, centralized pain does radiate all over the place a lot of times, but it was just too much. So I needed to switch up and go to sleep like a warrior and wake up like a warrior, live my days like a warrior, and then go back to sleep like a warrior. Interesting concept, but in there is pause, is peace, serenity, clearness of mind and thought, vision, clear vision, the impotent, I'm not saying it right, but you know what I'm saying. impotent, yeah. The I don't know, the endless possibilities is what I'm trying to say. There's this place of endless possibilities you can visit and then get things like this to come out of, and then run back downstairs right when you didn't have any energy whatsoever and you were just going to pass out, and you gotta do this or you can't go to sleep. That's where I'm at. And more to come. I figure this is just the way it's going to be, because I'm just going to continue to excite my mind and my thought patterns, and kind of try to always come up with new and up and coming techniques and styles and ways of creating things like I'm doing, and make them look like just out of this world, and beautiful as I can possibly can. And yeah, and share it and make it affordable, and make people happy with it, because I put all my love into everything I do. Thank you for your time again, for everything you do, and I'm gonna go to sleep now. I'll see you guys in the morning and let you know how I did. Okay, all right. Peace, you guys. I'll be praying for you. All right, you and your families. All right, good night.